Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
It got me thinking, with a lot of that's gone off on the app just recently, we talk so much about protecting children and making sure that children are safe and how to protect their devices, check their devices, make sure that we're not letting wrong uns talk to them and things. But are we protecting ourselves as much from being coerced by these people? Because hindsight is an amazing thing. And I know that I have overshared with people that I've spoke to on the app, and I probably still will idiotically overshare even when I'm on live. We give away little bits of our lives, and we could potentially be putting ourselves in danger. Let's have a look in the chat. It actually made me a bit uncomfortable because how do we know any of these people are genuine? Exactly, Ginger. Exactly. And we always talk about that nobody should have to prove who they are. Nobody should have to prove anything. And I always say that it's like, I don't like this whole the chronic illness where people are fake claiming. But then when people are claiming to be like, I've spoke to you guys and say that I used to work in a pharmacy. I was qualified, only qualified level 2 dispenser. I didn't, unfortunately, because I left too soon, they wouldn't let me have my level 3 certificate unless I paid for it. There's a bit of dispute, so I can only sell qualified level 2. I just realised I've never shown you guys my certificate. So I really should put that up as proof. Also, I never give out, I give out sources. I show out, when things, we look at the BNF and I always say, go and speak to your healthcare provider, go speak to your pharmacist, go speak to your doctors. But there's a lot of, we fall into the trap of listening to people on the internet, and I can totally understand it because I've done it myself. Being more housebound than I've ever been before, I've shared I'm a H, but never claimed to be. Yeah, Evie. It's like what it's your wording, and we can all slip up on our wording, and it's very, very difficult. And I've learned, from my mistakes that you've got to be really careful on your wording on here. That we turn to the internet so much now, and it can be so beneficial to us. Especially like I can't get out without Ian. I have to rest a lot. It's become such a mental safety net for me and to many others. But in seeing that last night, realise that how easy it is to overshare and put yourself in danger. Now, I know in my little friend group, we shared some information to, I say we, not particularly, but information was shared between a group of us in chats and things, and it just takes one person to turn and oh, 1 second, just the door.
Oh, you're mad up.
Thank you.
Are you alright?
Yes, I am.
Good.
If you could just pop that on the floor.
I sure can.
That's great.
Is that alright there for you, Margot?
So I won't be able to lift that.
I know.
Thank you.
Right, Julie, come on.
Bye. Oh, I've got a cat tree. Oh, where was we? Where was I? I can't remember now. So we overshared. You just share information. You might share where you live. You might share personal details, and it just takes one thing for them to turn on you. Oh, my postie's lovely, Reg, because he knows I can't lift things and stuff. He's brought things in and put them on the kitchen counter for me before. But again, like that, am I putting myself at risk? And last night really got me thinking, do we do enough to protect ourselves? We protect our children. I don't know about you, but I make sure my son's not going on things that he shouldn't, check his phone regularly with his permission, because while I should be able to, him knowing that we've got consent and we're doing it together and we talk about what's worrying and what shouldn't be worrying is really, really healthy. Yes, AD, it's like I know some of your private history and information. You know some of mine. You know where I live. If, it just would take for you to turn on me, which I don't think you would. I mean, we're planning on meeting up and going for a drink because that's what adults do. But it's making people aware of how to be careful. And do we put the same awareness onto ourselves as we do children? And should we be a little bit more careful? I'm so careful what I show on here. People are far too quick to screenshot. Yeah, we just need to find the pet store. I'm wondering if I've got the idea of where the pet store's on. Gambit, you're not allowed to growl at that box because I can't lift it anywhere because it's far too heavy and it's got to stay there. No stropping back. So, I want to give people just my insight because obviously I'm an over-opinionated quirky cat, and then I want to open the boxes. My mum gave me a little bit of information when I was younger, when phones first came out and pagers. And she said, do not send anything in a text message that you wouldn't want to potentially get out there. You wouldn't want somebody else to see. Now, this was before we could screenshot things. This was just when you could just show a person that you was close to what somebody had sent. And while people should not, there's a difference between morality and what people might do. Now, I have to admit, I've shown what I've been sent. I hold my hands up. If I've been sent something nasty or something, if you haven't done it, I take my hat off to you. You are a very, very moral person. But I know I've done it a couple of times. And I've got a husband. If I've been sent nasty messages for a start, and I have had some really nasty messages recently through everything, I have shown people. Have I come and slated them all over here? No. Would I potentially do it if I was pushed to do it? Maybe. I don't know. I've not been put into that situation. But it's reminding people that just because somebody shouldn't, and even if somebody's going to turn around and say that things are illegal, it doesn't stop people from doing it. Because come on, guys, there's a lot of things that are legal. People still do it. That's why the prisons are full. So I've decided to tell CLA, said to me, should have flush. Oh my God, Brianna, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. There are some numbers up if you are struggling. I'm so sorry. See, these are the things that are going to hurt people, and people are obviously going to share. And to be fair, should be outed, if you ask me. The void. After seeing so many people and the information used against them by somebody they trust, I'll never trust. Yeah, exactly. And Rihanna, please, she is what the voice just said. Please, it is so hard for us to sit here and tell you not to listen, because once somebody has said something so awful, can we put some love in the chat, please? Can we put some love up in the chat? It's awful. Thank you. So I just thought it'd be good for us in our little space to have a little bit of a chat. I know, Simba said, I know I've overshared. I know that you know, I've said something that if somebody said something to me, I've definitely said, oh, such and such has said something to me. I know that when I've had a really nasty message sent to me, I have turned round. You should have some dot loves. Yeah, you should still have some dot loves. I know I have definitely said, look, I can't believe this has been sent to me. So I will hold my hands up. And that is why I will say to people, if you are going to send something, there is a risk that somebody will do that. Whether morally it's right or not, there is a risk. And people saying whether it's legal or not, can you imagine if the police was to go around and arrest everyone for talking about something that was sent in a message to somebody else? We'd all be in prison. We'd all be in prison. So this is more about protecting yourselves and ways that we can do it. And also ways that we can still support each other, because we still need the support, especially if you're in the chronic illness community, or like what's happened today, like people are going to want to reach out for support. Is there a way that we can still reach out for the support without putting ourselves at risk? Shall we open the boxes and have a chat? Because this isn't a black and white situation. There's no easy answer. Auntie will be back the Tesco's delivery. Would anybody like to be brave and come into the box and have a chit chat with me? Because I feel all lonely. Someone come join me and have a chit chat. You want to come in, Void? Come in and have a word, sweetheart. You'll have to request though. It's not showing you on my invite list. Oh, hello, Echo. You come in as well, sweetheart.
Hello.
There we go. And let's have the void in as well. Oh, I can see you. There we go. You managed it. I was just going to explain how you did it. So, what do you think of this? Because we do protect children, but do you think we're a little bit lax on protecting ourselves?
Definitely. We are too trusting, and I think that a lot of that comes from the fact that we're adults and we think we can handle it. But I mean, you were in a live yesterday and you've seen how much things can affect people, and that's just one person that's mainly behind that. And it has affected so many, and that is because these people trusted her and they thought she was their friend, and these aren't even people that usually share that kind of information with people, and they did with her because she manipulated them. And I think that's a big security worry, because it's affecting people's actual lives. It's not just restricted to the app anymore.
It was heartbreaking hearing yesterday. I mean, I don't normally, because I'm quite a balanced person. It takes a lot for me. It was Jag yesterday, Sharon, and I have to say I'm really disappointed, because I'd recently gone in and started supporting her and thought, oh, what a lovely person. And then it came up that, you know what, she won't be the only person that's doing this across the app. And while we are all guilty of oversharing, we're all guilty of, having a little bit of it, oh, such and such said this, such and such said that. The level of manipulation that I saw then is a whole other world, and it was just heartbreaking. And how I realised when I first came on this app, and I know that he's not the best liked by some of you at the moment because of something else that's gone off, but bless his heart, the anti-TikToker told me to privatised a page that I had elsewhere off the app that they'd managed to find of me, which I have done, because it had private information on it.
I don't.
And this is...
Would you do that, though?
Sorry?
I'm glad he told you to do that, though. To protect yourself. Not everyone would.
No, he said that there was some information on there that needed to be shut down. So this is why I'm saying I've definitely allowed information out there that was a little bit too personal, a bit too close to home. As it happened, what people was concerned that was overly, it wasn't. But the fact that somebody reached out to me and said, "Oh, did you know this is on show? You might want to privatise that part." Was, I have a lot of respect for that. And it got me thinking yesterday that people have shared such vulnerable moments. And I share things about my health. I've shared receipts of my health because I know what people are like for fake claiming on here. And I could have easily been manipulated when I first came on here and started wanting support off somebody. If I'd have come across somebody like this, could I have accidentally fallen down that route? Because this person clearly has... I mean, people are saying that she's not a mental health nurse, but she's clearly got some training or some knowledge somewhere to be able to manipulate these people.
I was just going to add, I'm not aware of this particular creator, so thanks for raising awareness today. But even if she was a mental health nurse, it's part of NMC regulations that you can't treat people online. And even if you're offering advice, you have to be really careful. Family and friends will be like, "Oh, can you have a look at my rash?" or whatever. And I get that even as a HCA who's definitely not qualified to make any of those judgments. I still get, my mum's that's a bit of a unique situation, but you get people going, "Oh, my eyes have started doing this. What does that mean?" And FND and things because they know that my mum struggles with that. But even if she would not be able to give people advice online. She would definitely not be able to talk in detail about patients. And I think there's a fine line between saying, especially because I've only been involved with the KC stuff, fine line between saying factual things. If I've ever come into a box and said especially with the seizures, I think a lot of people in the comments were saying, "Oh, they're fake seizures because they're not epileptic. So I try to dispel myths about that, because there are obviously non-epileptic seizures that are very, very real. But even if she was, she wouldn't be able to say definitely nothing about patients other than, I might have had a case 5 years ago that was a bit like this, but you can't say any personal information. You can't say anything that's like such a unique condition.
I don't want to say that she was doing that, because I didn't, like, obviously I was just listening into the live, but from what I understand is she somehow managed to make people feel secure enough to share some traumas with them, and then that has been used against them. And I think, obviously, I don't want to make it all about... I don't want to make it all about them, but same as you said, I think what you're saying is so valid. We turn to people on the internet for help and support. That still needs to be there, but we've just got to be careful at how we... If we want to raise, I mean, I never want to consider myself an awareness creator, but I suppose sometimes, like when you and me, like, we're talking about the epilepsy and we see something and go, oh no, they're real and not. Have we got to be a little bit extra careful to make sure how we're doing it? It's okay, Echo, you could have stayed and said hello, sweet pea.
Sometimes... Hello.
It's like, I don't want people to think that we're saying, look, don't turn to people, don't trust people, let's not support each other. But this just raised a major concern, because if this one person's managed to do it, there's going to be others across the app that are doing it. So how do we support each other without putting people in vulnerable positions? Because a lot of us have good hearts.
I know targeting there as well. Like, these people always seem to pick the chronically ill, the depressed, the disabled, the young, the elderly. Like, it's always a vulnerable group they go for. They never go for those that are, I don't want to use the word normal because I feel like it's a stupid word to use.
One's but normal.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not the people that are living everyday lives without, like, challenges like those that are chronically ill are. And I think that's a deliberate ploy, which makes them even worse, because they're deliberately targeting these people.
And I think as well, like, there's been a few people that have come into boxes, not on your lives, Quirky, that I know of, but definitely some people that I really respect that have been in hospital. And I just think, as much as it's admirable, and I understand, like, especially with psychiatric hospitals, you're in there for like months or even years. There's not very much to do. You want to have some connection with the outside world. I completely understand that. But I just think it just opens people up to such a level of vulnerability that I wouldn't, I mean, if it was up to me, phones would be banned in those.
I mean, I've had somebody pop up in a box, just so people don't say, oh, but she has. I will admit, I've had somebody pop up in a box once and they was in hospital, and I asked them if they was in a private ward and they said no, and I said, well, it's lovely to see you, hope you feel better, but I'm going to drop you so we don't hear anything in the background. And one of my friends was in a private ward and we did say hello. They was just recovering from something. Because that's another thing that I think people, it's so hard. Different. Yeah, I know, but just before anybody goes out there and says, but she does, I will admit that there was those 2 times that did happen. But it's so hard. We want to support people and we want to support each other, but how do we keep there's somebody that I would love to be in here because she does it really, really well. I'm going to send a message. It's hard because it's like with when I first came on there, I just got diagnosed with the chronic fatigue. I was looking for people to reach out for and say, look, I don't know how to control these spoons. I don't get this spoon theory. I'm struggling. If I don't control them, me and the floor become friends. I need help. And I realised that if I'd have met the wrong people, I could have potentially overshared some information without realising it. How do we still create the communities to support each other with what is the level of oversharing that we need to, we put out all how to keep children safe online. Is there awareness that we could do on how to keep us safe online so that we can still support each other but always have
hard.
I've done it. I've sent pictures of me in hospital that have this was last January when I was in a really bad situation. I was in a medical hospital and I think I took one picture almost because people were, this is lolcow again, were saying that I wasn't really in hospital and that I was faking it, and I wasn't going to be like obviously sending my records or anything like that would identify the one I was in. But even me sending a picture, then it was like I was trying to send it to be like, look, this is real. I had ECG stickers on me. I wasn't like naked, but I had ECG stickers on me. I was like gonna say, almost to be like, I had a cannula in. I was gonna be like, look, this isn't faked. Like, I know you can fake having cannulas in. I don't know why you would, but hey, this is real, sort of thing. But if anything, it just opened up more of a can of worms. That then I was accused of photoshopping it to make myself look smaller.
Oh my!
I was also accused of like trying to get like pity, which it wasn't. It was more. It was supposed to shut them up, but if anything, it made it 100 times worse. That obviously once it's on the internet, it's out there forever, so it still circulates around from what I know. I don't check that site at all, even to check if I've been posted, because I'm like, well, what's done is done now.
Yeah, it's
But
best sometimes to look away. Hello, Auntie. Let's say.
Hiya, darling.
Hiya.
Things with Quirky, and Quirky knows a lot about my background and everything. I've shared it privately, and unfortunately I shared it with somebody that then went on to dox my full name, my proper name, and my location. I learnt my lesson because she is a CUNT, and it's and other things I try not to share too much online. Obviously, if things are relevant to me, like if people talking about no, that's okay, Evie, don't worry. Like things that are relevant to me, if people are talking about dementia, because obviously my mother had vascular dementia, so if people want advice on that, I try and give them that sort of advice and try to help them. But I don't pretend to be a blinking expert on it. I refer them to other people for the information. It's you've got to be so careful about what you share. I
mean, like when we did
careful.
have that situation, and it was awful. They went through a few people. It really broke us. I mean, it really upset me because I was very close to that person, and I feel like she went for everyone around me to get to me. I mean, she did try and dox my location and got it completely wrong. And I still, say the big thank you to the person that told me to close down my page. I have been very guilty of doing the same as you, Evie, which is sharing medical records proof that because I talk about the Kirsten thing, to prove that I talk about it from a place of knowledge. But then you have to, you fall down this level. Like my hospital levels will say the hospital that I go to when I've shared it, when I've popped it up. That's giving I say rough actually. I'm not even in the same district as the hospitals that I go to. That has been threatened to use. We had another gentleman that threatened to use a letter that I'd posted, thinking that it was my address when it was actually the doctor's address, and then saying, "Oh, but you will be in a so many mile radius of that, so I know where your location is." Again, I was quite lucky that because it was a specialist doctor's, it wasn't my actual GP's. That wasn't the case. But I was lucky. I was so lucky that I'd done something to try and defend myself or try and help raise awareness and say, look, I'm raising awareness on this, but to prove, because people do fake claim, I'm talking from experience, here's my proof, that was used to attack me.
But again, I understand that some people fake it and they absolutely should be called out for it, and there should be awareness done on them. But some people take it too far, like with the doxing. I do not like KC, I do not like Alphabet, I do not like CLA. However, I don't agree with the doxing of their addresses and crap like that. It makes it worse. And it then gives them almost like a pass to attack people back and accuse them. And it makes everyone else look like thugs.
It does.
It's not right.
Yeah, and it's not right that they're putting out these so-called posters outside the building.
But no one has seen one in real life. I've never found one person to say, "Do you know what? We were walking down the street and we seen this."
Yeah, I don't know if it's correct or not. But if it is correct and they have actually done it, but what they're doing is not only putting Orion at risk. I'm sorry, I only call him Orion. It's putting the people that live in that building at risk, and there's children in there, and there's
a
babies.
baby.
Yeah,
there's
See,
a little baby.
these are the discussions that we need to be having over everything that's going across the app on the whole. And I know I got slated for it before. And it's, Sam said, it's not a personal attack against one person. It's the whole, if the boot fits or if the dick fits, suck it sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's, and I will say I have been sent the video of somebody that was raising awareness, and the person was saying it is absolutely, this isn't how you do it. So, you know, credit where credit's due. But apparently now people are outside videoing people to get a reaction for them to kick off. And this is what I've been saying for a while. Like, when you allow one little thing to slip online, it opens the gates for the rest of it. So it's the whole, like,
especially when you're using someone you don't like.
Yeah. And again, it's like we put ourselves so much into other people online. We live our lives online nowadays. We live our life online, and for a lot of it is a really good mental break. For me, it's a genetic condition. I'm a nosy cunt. My mum was nosy. I've told you all the story about when people was talking about the lady across the road had her husband left her and everyone was gossiping, so she went over with a bottle of gin, and then she had another gentleman and people there were twats and didn't like his ethnicity. My mum couldn't care less, so she went over with a bottle of something else to talk to her, and we got invited to the wedding, and the wedding was amazing. It's genetic, it's bred in me. I'm a nosy cunt. But at the same time, the protection level that we've got, and I've got to give it for myself first and foremost, no offense, but I've got to give it when people are coming up into my boxes and when people are coming up into my chat, when we're trying to do the little bits of awareness. I'm not an awareness creator, but we do raise little topics. And if we are doing, occasionally we will do like the chronic illness things. We want to support people, but does the level of me letting someone come in the box and tell their story so that we can give them support, does that put them at risk? Where is the happy medium? How do we check that we're not putting each other at risk by supporting each other online? Or can we not? Is it just a risk that we have to take when putting each other?
I think trauma dumping can be dangerous because you're talking about past traumas that have personally affected you, that will trigger you, that will have some sort of effect. I think you can talk about your medical conditions and things that you're going through, but I don't think trauma dumping should be done online because it just opens you up to so much.
Yeah, I've been guilty of doing that in the past.
I think we all have.
Yeah,
I've recently started taking my antidepressants again, but before that, I have done that, and it's been used against me by a certain person who I'm not going to name. But yeah, it has been used against me.
Listen, you're not the first person to stop them. You're not the first person to go back on them. Everybody.
See, like sharing that little bit of information.
Everybody's done it to try and help. Yeah, it's to try and help people.
Yeah.
You have to get the bit of conversation can give help and support, but then are you putting yourself? It's a catch-22. So
it's been used against me now. You know, by done a couple of videos mentioning me and everything, and it's become a bit too far now. But there you go.
But I will say, I've been on and off antidepressants for a long time. And having been on antidepressants, and anyone else who has been on them knows they are not nice medication to take. They have all sorts of side effects. They have physical effects that really impact your life. It's a horrible thing to go through. And that's if you're on the right medication and it actually works for you. So I think most of us who have been on that kind of medication have stopped at one point or another. I certainly have. And I realised, stupid mistake, shouldn't have done that. But that was because I was able to think clearer because I wasn't on the meds. At the time, I was so overwhelmed, I couldn't think clearly and sensibly. And I think people forget that.
Yeah.
So it's not something people should be blamed for.
No, I have had a good talking to by the host and one other person.
Only because we was concerned about you, but this is the thing, because there are genuinely good people out there that will show genuine concern for each other, and it's like I'm so lucky. Like when my Twitches were starting and things, no problem, Evie. I've had such good support. I've still been able to be social. I've got people that have got my back. I mean, when I was online one day and I wasn't great, I had my mod phone up my husband and go, get it off because it's not behaving. And I'd come off at that time. I'd collapsed on the bedroom floor. So if she hadn't phoned, because there wasn't a camera in the bedroom at the time, we've only got one in the main room, Ian wouldn't have known, and I had to hurt myself, so he wouldn't have found me for probably another 45 minutes. So there are good people, but then there's bad people. So I'm just concerned. What I saw last night concerned me deeply. It concerned me absolutely deeply because she came across it. I went in, I put a couple of treasure boxes in. I thought, oh, look, a lovely, another FYP host. And it seems to be fair. I saw her see somebody that was in a box that seemed in distress. It was, I was supporting her. And I said to Felicity, I said, oh, we found another lovely person that we can, because I like to watch things. I get nauseous. I can't watch TV as much.
We had a conversation.
We did.
We had a conversation about how we thought she was lovely and how we wanted to get to know her and support her.
Okay, good.
We were all up for it, weren't we?
Yeah, I was like, oh, something else that we can put on the side, and I'm a little bit heartbroken that I could have been suckered in. You know what I mean? And just hearing the stories that people
know that much about Jag.
I don't know that much, and I don't know.
I missed it last night because I would have been.
I wonder if
I only seen a few bits, but the few bits I seen was too much.
Let me see if there is any.
I missed it.
Oh yeah, there is. There's clips. There's clips. But
wait, who is this Jag person?
She does FYP. Let me see if I can find some clips.
The only person I would advise you to stay away from is RG. She is big trouble.
RG.
Rachel George. That broke me as well.
All of these people.
Rachel George is a horrible person, and just the things you heard yesterday are nothing compared to the rest she's done.
Jag joins Pearl's box and it backfires when people come forward to tell their stories. It's a very, very long clip. Mm-hmm. So there are clips out there. I'm not going to play them today, guys, because I need to be careful on my spoons. But I'm just telling you, if you go out and search, there are clips. I know I normally, because I'm very big, like if you're going to accuse people of things, show receipts. And that's another thing that I want to have a rant about at some time. Doing witch hunts on people, saying that they've done stuff and not showing it. I ever come online and accuse people of stuff like I did, I will show. I'm not accusing, I'm saying allegedly, but I'm also telling you just go and Google and the things are out there. The clips are so long and so heartbreaking that today I wanted to make it less about a particular individual and more about what we can do. But we're going to have to mention the individuals, and we're going to have to mention people's names to explain what situations have happened. Who else was we saying, like the Rachel George thing? That situation over there has been a total shit show for so
This has been
long.
Going on for months.
Oh, please don't get me going.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot.
Please don't get me going.
So at first, I kind of came in like halfway through the drama when all the cult drama was going on, and RG had me convinced that these people were the worst scum on the earth. Like, had me absolutely convinced, and I defended her and I tried to help and whatever, and then Tilly came out and she spoke, and that was it for me. And Eros had tried to warn me for quite a while, and I thought she just had an issue with RG because of their previous and because of Yorkie, but Eros was right, and RG is just so much trouble, and she does not care about the trouble she causes.
I just worry about.
I've not come across any of those people, thank goodness.
Or stay well away.
Auntie, let's put it this way.
Do not tell her anything.
Yeah.
Auntie,
yeah.
You know that I've got MS? Yeah?
Yes.
And you know how bad I suffer?
Yeah.
Well, by the looks of it, and I can only say it's allegations because we haven't got the full truth, have we, Quirky?
No, so this is the thing, we do not have the full proof.
That she's been lying about having it.
It's ME she's got, not MS. Allegedly.
Allegedly. We have to say this is all allegedly, but
That's what I said. It allegedly.
it was the story it was the story that she told that she apparently said to Tilly that how her husband was going to pass away. That's what broke me.
She had her absolutely terrified. Like, she truly believed that she was literally going to watch her husband pass away in front of her eyes.
Can I just ask, did Tilly show proof of these messages?
Tilly's shown proof for practically everything.
I just wanted to clarify. I believe that she did.
Tilly has shown proof of practically everything. I don't really want to bring other names into it. I know they have done lives themselves, but I don't want to bring
mind bringing Tilly's name into it because she knows I will.
No, Tilly's fine. Tilly doesn't give a talk. But Tilly has shown a lot of proof. Michelle Rance has shown a lot of proof. Queen Bee has shown proof. I'm trying to think who else is in there. Practically everyone who was in the boxes has shown proof.
Yeah.
But there have been impact statements.
It worries me because I was watching some of that and bless Eros, the things that have been said to, can someone invite Eros? Can someone just say Eros is free for me? Because I don't like mentioning her name without her.
I was just going to say, I don't know her situation at the moment, but I know there's definitely been times where she has been in boxes from hospital, and that's, I don't want to undermine people or say, oh, they're not well enough and, kind of infantilize them. But I feel like...
No, fair enough. No,
I know she's into that position. I don't mean you now. I mean, in other people's lives.
I don't want her to feel like her name's been mentioned and that she doesn't know that.
She doesn't want to come in. Don't worry,
what
she
was
will
said
say.
About her, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. And the thing is, proof was shown. And this is all I will say again about people. I'm obviously a nosy fucking person, but proof is being shown. And that's where I will say again, like, people are doing these things. People are proof. People are going to show proof when their hands up against the wall. So people are doing this for the right reasons. Just bear in mind that people can do it for the wrong reasons. And
I will... Sorry. Continue.
No, it's okay, Void. I don't when I'm mad.
No, I do the same thing myself. I'm terrible for it. What I will say about Eros is it's not as if they even sent these things in private messages. They said it publicly on people's comments and things.
Yeah, they did.
And they didn't just say it once. They said it repeatedly for days on end. When this poor lassie was in hospital, they were still saying disgusting, vile things.
I was sent a video this morning of
See you later, Ellen.
2 people saying the most disgusting things about Eros. I can't pronounce the girl's name.
Eros. It's Eros.
That's it. Dyslexia at its best. Can't pronounce things.
That's quite all right.
Let's see if I can find the video.
Bless her. And, it's horrible that people have gone for her. Anybody that suffers with it doesn't matter if it's physical illness, mental illness. Don't lie that you've got it when you haven't.
100%.
And don't take the miss. I mean, what that Rachel said to Tilly, I mean, I was diagnosed 13 years ago. And, okay, I am in a wheelchair, my little Mario Kart that I zoom round in. And, tell people,
Yes, naughty.
Yeah, I know, that's why I won't say it.
It's like, so people are going to share the vulnerable things. Like when I first came across the Rachel George situation, people was going against her because she said that she needed this mobility scooter because she had MS, and people were saying, oh, but we can see you getting up and walk, you don't need it, I don't believe you have MS, blah, blah, blah. And I was there saying, look, it's a fluctuating condition because at the early stages can be fluctuating conditions. Some people can walk and then struggle. So I'm sat there defending her because I don't like fake famous. I think fake claiming, it winds me up because unless you have medical proof from the doctors that says, and no doctor can say it doesn't have, you don't know. And we 100%. Stood up for it. And then to hear that she's doing all this and said this to Tilly and knowing that there was proof of it.
The thing is, as well, right, what she said to Tilly, that was so out of order. I mean, I started off with relapsing remitting, and now I've got secondary progressive. There is no medications to halt mine now. I'm still here. I'm still, I would say kicking and screaming, but I can't kick anymore. But I'm in my wheelchair and I zoom around. You know what I mean? And I'm still here, you know. I'm a nan. I you know, play with my grandkids. I've got kids, you know. I'm still here. I'm still, you know.
I just think more generally, no doctor would even put a life expectancy or a definitive figure. They have to give predictions for certain things, like especially if you've got a child with a life-limiting condition, which I know a lot of people in this community do. So I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to trigger people. But unless it's something like you've got to give them a sort of figure, but they still give a range, and no one's able to predict, especially with the way science is developing so quickly. We don't know, in a couple of years' time, if there'll be a new drug that will completely reverse something. Like they've got that drug for SMA now.
Exactly that.
Hello, Queen Bee's in the chat. Do you want to box, Queen Bee? Because we're talking about the whole safety of the internet. We've covered a lot of things. We've covered Alphaba. We've covered the JAG thing last night. We're covering the Rachel George, and we're covering how people end up oversharing and becoming very vulnerable. But how can we protect children by saying don't do this, don't do that? But how do we protect each other when we want to reach out and help people?
I think Queen can get a bit heated, so
I saw you, Queen, let's have a look. I saw you in a live dealing with someone and I'm going to say they appeared to be very vulnerable. And how you handled that was absolutely amazing.
She's like a little security guard, but I do know that her mums can get her in trouble when she gets angry. I think we're all guilty of that as well, though.
Oh, definitely.
It's so hard not to get angry when you know that somebody's saying something awful about you. I mean,
I think it's harder for Queen as well, because Queen was part of the crew that was accused of doing horrible things. And she had to watch all her friends get conned by this woman and turn against her. And I know most of them have made it up now, but that would still affect her. And I don't think anyone really thought about that, and it's a shame.
If anybody wants to come up, just let me know and I'll drop.
There's still a box if you want to come up, Queen. Is there anything that we've learned from hindsight, because I'm trying to think from our little incident, which didn't spread massively. I'm trying to think, is there anything to learn from hindsight from these situations?
Just pause. If you are ever in a position where people are trying to make you disclose your medical information, if you've been accused of faking an illness, just pause and think, actually, will it make a difference if these people, say I'm a fake or whatever? Because 9 times out of 10, people make threats to call your provider, call PIP, call DWP. They're not actually going to pick up the phone and do it. And if they did, most likely those people aren't going to be able to disclose anything about you anyway, because they're bound to the same confidentiality law as we are. So it's just think before acting.
Yeah, unless they know your full name, your full address, and your national insurance number, they're not going to really get much information.
Yeah, and even
sometimes we end up giving them a bit more information by defending ourselves, don't we?
That's what I mean, and that's what a friend of mine who fell out with me over believing people over me, so trolls that were trying to get her to disclose stuff. Then I went through her entire TikTok posts and I found her hospital, I found her full name, and that was and even though I knew she wasn't going to believe me or make up with me, I still had to say to her, these are the posts where they got that information, so I recommend that you delete these. And I have nothing to gain from saying that.
No, and that's why I go under a different name on TikTok, and I've also changed my other names on there so that people can't track me back, because that's how somebody did. They traced me back by another name that I used, but I've changed it all now. And
Kim sorted that out, didn't she?
I used to be a big believer of, if you're going to say something, say it with your full name, because that shows that you mean it. You're not afraid of being caught out for anything like that. So I did.
To be me
I
as
had
well.
my full name. I always have on every social media site. However, Then people used my name to search me up on Facebook, and that was when I had to change my name, because although I don't care what they say about me, and I don't have many pictures of my kids on my Facebook or that, I don't want to take that risk. So I won't have my name on here anymore.
That's it. I'm lucky I don't have children, but I do have nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews.
Yeah, you
But
just
I
want to
don't
protect
put
them.
their faces
Queen.
on Facebook or on TikTok, because you know it's their anonymity, isn't it? You know.
Yep.
How are you, sweetheart, today?
Hiya. The best thing you can do is lock all social media down. All it takes is a name. And I'm not going to say how, because I'm not going to give people...
No, because we don't want to give out...
tools.
No,
we don't want to give people information on how to do what we're trying to prevent being done.
No, but I'm just saying, I would never give it out. But there is numerous ways to do it. I think the shit stirring between commenters is a big problem.
Definitely.
That. Yeah.
I think they enjoy it. I think they thrive off it. They will claim to be your friend when they're not your friend, to lure you into a false sense of security. And because people are lonely, people do need friends. People are easily taken in. And that's where they're playing them.
It's just them. We protect children and we don't protect ourselves. Or it's as soon as somebody's not a child anymore, that vulnerable adults, because I know people say, oh, you shouldn't assume it's wrong. I saw in box with you was amazing, by the way. They are vulnerable adults being taken advantage of by people. It is very, very clear, and it's very upsetting to see, because these vulnerable adults, because they are adults, will not have the same support system that a child will have. They are obviously adults, they are obviously allowed to make their own decisions, but they're not at the same level of awareness that your me might be.
I mean, I'm really careful now. I don't go into anybody's lives unless I know them well, like Quirky's and a couple of the others.
Oh, I'm a nosy cunt. I go everywhere. You will see me everywhere. I'm nosy, and
I'm in everyone's
can't help
rooms,
it.
but I won't comment or be in anyone's boxes. I only go into a few.
I avoid all the cam tours. I avoid most of the awareness pages. I've changed my algorithm on my FYP. I just stay away from it all. I don't want to know. And Quirky knows. I just, you know, she gives me information, but I don't. I've even unfriended a couple of people and removed myself from a couple of groups on WhatsApp because there's been just too much drama and everything.
They've lied about the big C and numerous posts of pattern abuse. See, this is the thing that people are going to be drawn into that, and that's again, it's going to bring in vulnerable people, because as soon as you mention that, it worries people.
I mean, we actually
mentioned mock Tilly for having that as well.
Yeah, we know two lovely ladies that are actually going through that at the moment. One of whom, I'm not going to mention names obviously, but one of whom is actually starting chemo tomorrow. And you know, we're sending her lots of love, and for anybody to lie and joke about the big C is absolutely disgusting and totally abhorrent. I mean, I lost my best friend at 14 to cancer. My mum had cancer, my uncle and my aunt have had cancer. It's disgusting. Absolutely fucking, excuse my French, sorry, I didn't mean to swear, bloody disgusting. Blooming disgusting.
Hello, Max, hope you're okay, sweetheart. I mean, what all I can say to people is Queen's given some really, really good advice on locking down your social media. I was again like, was it you, Void, or was it Evie who said used to be like one to like say something, say it with your chest?
Me. That was me. Yeah.
Void. Like say it with your name to prove like no, it's again like I understand why people have anonymity. I understand why people don't want to show their face on camera. I've already done it. It's too late. I'm here. I appreciate. Somebody said I can't appreciate anti-TikToker anymore for telling me to lock down what he saw. And also, you think it shows with situations as well. And a lot of situations that's gone off here at the moment, I can't help but fucking smirk. Not everything as it appears. So jumping on bandwagons and all of a sudden deciding you're on this team or that team when you don't know everything isn't the greatest thing on social media. Just sit back and watch. Unless you're directly involved like these ladies were, just sit sit back and watch, because we can only, and these are the words that got me in trouble before, unless you know everything that's going off behind the scenes, and you're not going to know everything that's going off behind the scenes, you're not going to be privy to that, you're going to have to go off the information that you can see. And sometimes that information will change, and then you are entitled to change your opinion. The chat causes more damage sometimes than what's going off in the boxes. I'm worried about people on RG's side, as they are hugely vulnerable. They are hugely vulnerable, and that's why I'll say, I suppose, like, to protect them, the only things that people can do is, and you can't make everybody do it, and this is just my opinion, is to, I suppose, not try and exacerbate and let the people that are dealing with it deal with it in the best way possible. So I said, I can't applaud you anymore, Queen, for how you dealt with that situation in the box the other day, because
Agreed.
what was being said by a very vulnerable person was vile, and but you could clearly tell that they wasn't I want to say not fully compos mentis, and that sounds awful, but
no, by what I've seen over the last 24 hours, these ladies, there has obviously been some problems in the past. They've obviously not been given the correct help. They have been sucked in where they shouldn't have been. Mm-hmm. And what is the point of screaming and shouting at them? Let them get it out of the system. And then once they finish, you're ready for a conversation, which I know they're not going to be, because I wish I could explain it better, because I know what I've seen. They need to survive. They need to feel wanted. They need to feel loved. They need that.
They're very invalidated people that need attention to feel validated.
Yeah, and if that means good, bad, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
People are looking at them, people are talking about them, they're going to think, I'm important.
Mm-hmm. Their worth derives from others, and that is a very sad way to live your life.
They can't help it, though. And
no, but she can. She could not
yeah.
take advantage of them, but she's choosing to.
Well, I'm going to say it quite openly. When have you ever seen Rachel George defend herself?
Yeah.
I don't like that lassie. I really don't like that lassie. It's more the kid thing. Like, I know what she said to all of you has been vile, and the thing she accused you and Michelle and that of was absolutely disgusting.
It was all untrue. All untrue.
Yeah, I know, and I'm so sorry for ever believing it, but
it was the thing that got us all on edge. And I have to admit, I was part of somebody who said to somebody I believe vulnerable, look, this going off now, we don't know, we're hearing it, but I'm just concerned about you, so just be careful. And I did say that. I said, just be careful, because I was concerned about them being roped in when these accusations were flying about. And it is very difficult, because as soon as you hear anything like that about, and the stuff that was being accused, it was freaking scary.
This is it was because scary. It involved kids. It was because it involved kids.
I'm sorry that I acted probably overly harshly while my intentions were good. I'd like to think, could I have done it in a better way? Even though my intentions were good, I was just saying to somebody, look, I'm concerned about you. This is going off. Please take a step back. And I'm sorry if that got back to any of you and that hurt you.
See, I have proof of certain things, but because people gave it me in confidence, I can't show it people.
Exactly.
No, absolutely.
That's something that, I've been accused of trying to find out information via confidence, and words were misunderstood. I'm going to say words were misunderstood. This is something I think we've got to remember in the chat, that we're not privy to everything, so we can only go off what we're seeing. So while we obviously are going to comment on that, do not go in all guns blazing for anybody. It's like you might hear things about me and think I'm the most wonderful person in the world, but no problem, Queen. You might think I'm the most wonderful person in the world, but really, if you hear something, listen to it from the other side as well, and make up your mind and listen to. Shut up, Max. She ain't. I hope you're doing as you're told this morning and getting yourself looked after. You know what I mean?
I did send you a message. You haven't replied to my message, Max.
For me, Max. For
me, it was that RG had told us that they were all going after her kid. She'd had to move her schools. this, that, and the other. And that got my back up because I was like, why are you bringing kids into it? There's no reason to bring any kids in it. And then I went a bit too hard and I should have looked into it more. But
So
it's kids just immediately get my back up.
Kids should be left off social
100%.
media.
100%.
All guilty of that. I've spoken about my son.
I think everyone's kept bringing it up. Mostly, from what I can see more recently, it's mostly been on the RG side, but she kept mentioning her kid or having her kid on audio if she wasn't on camera. So it's like, I'm not saying like, oh, it justifies any of those things if they were true, because I don't think they are, but if those things had happened, it doesn't justify it. But it's also like, just don't bring up your kid. If you don't want to mention, don't bring them up.
That night that started with her kid being on the camera, like it wasn't just her voice, her whole face was on the camera. She was in the shot fully. When that started, this is how that all came about and how we're all supposedly bullying her child. I can tell you now, not one of those people has said a single word against that kid. Everyone has come for her parenting and for her, but no one has gone for that kid. And she put that kid in that position.
This is the thing, is when you put yourself on the internet and what you put on the internet, everyone is going to have an opinion on it.
But she made out that people were attacking this kid when she was still on live. Nobody had even posted anything yet. And even when they did, it wasn't what she claimed. But she said that her kid was upstairs crying and all upset because of what adults were saying to her. Nobody was saying anything to her.
I decided, for me, now, if somebody is accusing somebody else of doing something, unless you are showing me proof, and this goes back to a situation that went on a couple of nights ago where somebody was accused of something, and I'm not mentioning the name because I'm delving into it a little bit more because it's something that really upset me. If they have done and said what they've been accused of, I'm upset with them, very upset with them, and I've told them that. Saying that this proof, saying it's out there, well, can you show me it? And I'm trying to search for it and trying to find it myself, and I've even asked somebody else. I was like, have you been sent it? Have you found it? Because it's as if like, if you're going to accuse somebody of doing that, and then also somebody saying, oh, well, I had it, but I ain't got it anymore. It's like, why are you bringing it up again? Like, no offence, like the stuff that happened with me and Connections Pete, the stuff that happened with us and our lovely, lovely freaking friend Auntie Bay, all that stuff, all those things, I still have. And I have them like, I'm holding my freaking mouse and scribbling it over to you. So they were just a click away because I don't like, we don't intend to bring it up on a regular basis because it should all be laid to rest. But when something like this happens and you reference it, just imagine if somebody came into my chat now and said, that's a load of tosh, you haven't got the proof. And I deleted it. I won't be able to prove it. I come across as a liar. So if you're going to accuse people of stuff, either don't do it, or do it and show the evidence, because look at the damage that it causes people.
Yeah. Can you imagine if all like crimes in the UK, because I live in the UK, I think most people in this chat are in the UK. Like, can you imagine if most crimes were like solved the way they are on TikTok, as in people just made accusations, and until they had proven it with like every single part of their life and like divulged their entire history, all the medical records, that they just assumed it was true. Like, can you imagine if like the judge and jury acted the way TikTok it seems sometimes, not
guilty
any
by social media
with. It's like if they acted like that, they would be like struck off, because they do this thing in law called like on the balance of probabilities or something. Like, it's you're not innocent until proven guilty, but you're also like, they have to weigh up. Sometimes it's not, has this person done or not done that thing? It's, is this sentence,
is there a reason or a justifiable reason for this thing to have happened? Is there other circumstances, missing context, all that crap?
But most of the time, particularly when it comes to medical stuff, they won't get all of it.
I mean, there's like people
to do that.
Queen, I didn't know you'd had to post that.
Yeah, there's people that are going around calling people the NONCE word and the PDF word.
Oh, can we stop throwing that around?
Way
That's
too
one thing
easily
that
thrown about. I hate that
It
word.
really annoys me
I
because you
agree.
need to have 100% proof that they are doing those kind of things before you accuse them, because it can be really, really
It
dangerous.
destroys families.
We
I
have
know
some
someone
love
that's
in the
been
chat
destroyed
for
by
Queen,
that.
please. Can we have some love in the chat for Queen? I've
100%.
just read that comment. Can we have some dot
That's
loves,
awful.
please? It's just,
Yeah,
and
that's
same as
bang out
what
of order.
Auntie's been saying. Like people have thrown this word round as an insult, and it is something that we want to cover at some point.
I
Yeah.
think
Words
because
are
it's
losing
lost
all
its
meaning.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like if you said the P word, you know, over and over again, people would be like, what? That's not okay. But because it's sort of become slang, and I don't know when it became like a colloquial term,
Yeah.
but I think people forget what that means. Like if I
Yeah.
started saying the other N word as a white person, I would be heavily, quite rightly, slated for it. But for some reason, we
would.
feel able to just chuck around this word like it's just like a, oh,
Yeah.
you're a WANKER, and it's
No,
like it's not the same thing. Like,
No, I totally agree. It's way too thrown about whenever people dislike people, especially between big creators. Like I have seen
Yeah.
that word thrown about by every single one of them at one point or another.
yeah. And it's
You
like
have to
to make it clear it's
Does
from both
Mags.
sides that I disagree with it.
Yes.
I don't take a side at the moment. There really isn't one. But like, even for people that I'm friends with or have had conversations with in the past and I've agreed with what they've been saying, I've been in their lives, I still don't agree with them saying that.
No.
Oh,
I
I'm
agree
just
with
going
what
to cover one
Max has
other
said,
thing while we're here, because it is getting up to 10 past, so I'm going to leave you shortly. The jester thing, let me see if I can get up. Yesterday, I was made privy to a really awful rage baiting count that came up, and I'm going to actually see if I can share it with you all. A jester page. I want to say a big thank you to FYP Pagan that was in here that posted up a video for me, because at the time I wasn't able to stop playing sound. Post up at the time. Now this is a page. It was still active before I came online. It is a rage bait page that has really awful connotations towards trigger warning children. But just because it's rage bait doesn't mean that it's okay. It still needs removing.
Yeah.
It's
It's seeming less and less like rage bait now as well.
Is it?
It's because they're actually going over to people's videos and commenting.
Right,
Yeah,
let me see.
unreported it, no violations found.
There's another rage baiting page on here that is a man, and he posts up like, is it okay for a freshly 18-year-old to date a 40-year-old? And other things like that. And when you go in and you try and have a conversation with them, the talking points they use and the facts, and I put quotation marks for their facts, are just so wrong. So wrong.
There is another account as well. I don't know if it's been taken down or not, but they I can't remember the name of it. Cbot, I think it's called Cbot, and it's in America. But they've posted videos of other people's kids, and they posted something. There's a creator on here called Starscream, and they've posted pictures. They've gone and looked for their child and posted pictures of their like little sister. And this person's also previously made disgusting comments towards about joking about child essay.
So
I caught a video the other day, and I don't know if this is true or not, and I can't remember who it was, but they said in some videos with kids in it, they're put in cheese pizza, and it stands for CP child corn.
Yeah,
it's called pizza.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it stood for.
Yeah,
They can find people of the same, from their same community, so that they can share the videos and that out with them.
It's coming back, no violation found. It's really frustrating, because like all we can do is at least try and report these things. Because if you're unfortunate enough to have watched one of the videos, which I'd suggest people don't, because if you watch one, then you're giving this person the time that they want. It's saying it's rage bait. It's clearly not. They think this, but somebody out there will listen to the message that they are putting.
I feel
Yeah,
that they're
people
justified.
need to report for the exact same subject. So what are we reporting it as? Like, if we literally say and then create a post, oh, you got to see my horrible face when I was in hospital then yesterday. What are we reporting it under?
Horrible.
It was all puffy and inflamed. What are we reporting it for? If like me and the pagan, if we look at what the best report is and make a post and explain what these types of pages are best reported as, then people
there is
know.
a child images one. I think there is, because I had to report someone for basically they were body checking, which is something a lot of people with EDs do, and they were in hospital, and the only way I could get it to be taken down was to report it as a child image, and I feel bad about that because they weren't a child, but I was also like, they are acting in that vulnerable way that we've discussed, that when their brain is obviously, for whatever reason, they wouldn't make that decision in good mind, basically. So I reported it as that, and it was eventually taken down, but it took that because I tried to do it on like EDs and self-harm, like there's that like clause, I think that didn't work, so I had to like go through all of these different ones, but because it was legs and things, but they were basically almost showing like their underwear. It was really, really bad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it didn't go under nudity, like it said no violations for nudity, so I had to do it under child in the end.
Let's have
whilst
a look.
also talking to them.
Let me find out how I can. Let me just shut this down so you can't see what I'm doing.
I think I reported it for minor safety.
Yeah,
Yes, that safety.
I think that's another thing. Like, people, to me, a child is anyone under the age of 20. It's not like you turn 18, you're legally an adult, you're an adult, because like 18-year-olds, their mind's everywhere. They're full of hormones, they're growing up, they don't know the world. They're still too young to make certain decisions and that. And I feel like that's a big part of the problem as well, because some people think 18, that's an adult, they're no longer a child. Whereas others, like me, think, well, no, they are still a kid.
Frontal lobe doesn't develop until you're 25.
Till 25, and even later if you are neurodivergent, which I love to bring up that fact.
Mine isn't.
Which one are we reporting it under?
Fully developed yet, and I'm 34.
Which are we reporting it under? Pretending to be some user could be under 18 years old. Inappropriate profile information. Report content. This could be harmful to children.
Yeah, I think that's
Violent abuse, hate, harassment, suicide, disorders, dangerous activities and challenges. That's what I and sexual content. That's what I reported it for. Youth, solicitation and exploitation. That's what I reported it for.
Thought you were having an episode or something there, and I just realised you were muting all the words. I was like, is she okay?
Having like some kind of
please tell me
don't say the words, and my brain's not working well enough to come up with the words. So.
I don't feel very well.
I just got a fright there. I was like, oh, please.
But I apologise.
She's got a support dog.
I've got a support dog, which is throwing its head off on the floor. I've got the cats that are sat on top of the box, which have the cat tree involved. The cat tree in. I wonder if I can get my son to put together the cat tree.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to leave you.
She was having problems.
Thank you for joining me today. Someone said, I don't know how we're going to support. Yeah.
Can I just say something quickly? If anybody's concerned about dementia or Alzheimer's, whatever, please contact the Alzheimer's Society or Dementia UK for advice and support, because they are absolutely fantastic and they helped me with my mother. She passed away 6 years ago, but yeah, if you need any help, then please contact.
Can I just say, I think what Sue Auntie did just there is the way to do it. Instead of saying, well, I did this or I did that, this is the service that I used, this is the charity I used, these are the people that I converse with, these are the services that have helped me. I think
things like that are useful. It's like, I don't think there's any harm in people showing, say you've like, I've just bought some more care cutlery for my son because they help him grip. Pointing people in the direction of objects that might be useful and things like that. I'm slightly concerned about the
100%,
trauma
like the
dumping.
scoop plates
It's the
and special
trauma
cutlery and stuff
dumping,
like
isn't
that.
it? It's the trauma
Yeah,
dumping.
I think that's where it opens it up. And I think a lot of it comes because people may have similar traumas and that's triggered them and they haven't dealt with it or don't know how to deal with it. So instead of feeling like sad or whatever, they get angry. And some people think that, oh, if I've got this and I can do this, then you should be able to do it. And I think that brings a lot of problems
And
too.
also, if you're suffering with, if you've lost somebody, crews are really good as well. They help to if you've lost somebody and you're coping with the grief.
Just like the MS Society.
Yeah,
They did a talk for us in our Disability Society at work, and it was brilliant. It was inspirational, and it was also just, so one of my staff members who I work with, who's actually quite senior and wouldn't usually contact me, messaged me on WhatsApp to say, thank you so much for that talk, because I didn't do the talk, but I organised it as part of my role.
Definitely still do awareness. As I said, I'm not claiming to be awareness page, but we can definitely still do things. I think we've just got to be a little bit more careful about oversharing. I'm still going to have another think about it, say if there's anything I can put out there, but I will say to people, lock down your social medias that people can't go and get out additional information. If you wanted to chat with people, rather than WhatsApp, I would say just double check the safety aspects between Snapchat and data and stuff. But Snapchat, you don't have to give out your phone number, but you can receive phone calls, so you don't have to give out people's phone number if you're worried about that. Just be a little bit careful about trauma dumping. Try and double think when you're speaking to somebody, because not everyone has your best intentions at heart. And also again, even sending a message to somebody, that it could get out there. It shouldn't, but it could.
See if anyone's really interested in your medical conditions as well. Be very, very wary what you're telling them, especially people that bring it up repeatedly or anything like that. Just be aware that there's a reason they're looking for that information.
There is there's another app as well, which I've just come to realise, which is really good. It's kind of like WhatsApp, and it's called Telegram.
I like Telegram.
Oh, okay.
Telegram, you can turn off the viewer so nobody can find your phone number and stuff.
Yeah. What I will say about Telegram is all the hate groups against women, they are on Telegram.
Whoa.
So just be aware.
They found that as well. The incels are back.
There's some horrible groups on Telegram.
No app is safe. No, I think we've got to just remember when we're on here, the world isn't a safe place. I know people say, oh, this is a safe space. There's no such thing as a safe space.
Nope.
There's no such thing as a safe space. While there's places that try and keep things safer and try and keep things nicer, there's no such thing as nothing is safe or sacred, and it never will be. We can try and be a little bit more aware and try and do things a little bit better and try and learn, but nothing's going to be safe all the time. So,
and I would recommend making your accounts private too.
Yeah,
because people can garner a lot from what you share.
I'm not going to keep mine private because I'm just not. But there are things that I will be now
But you're
hiding.
a public profile, though. You do things, so it's different for you. But anyone coming into boxes or chats or that, I would make your account private.
Definitely guilty of having things that shouldn't be there. And I would just say that can we stop attacking people that come into, I see a lot of creators do it when someone's having a comment and they go, oh, but your account's private, so you're just a troll. No, maybe they're protecting themselves. It doesn't mean that they don't deserve to have a voice.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is you're a troll if you just come in and attack somebody and don't give context. Like, if you don't give context between what you're saying, like just coming in and going, you're a twat, going, well, why do you think I'm a twat? Like, context, please. Just spamming, then I'm going to say you're a troll. But just because somebody doesn't show their face or because somebody doesn't, have videos for you to view doesn't mean, it could be a good reason. It doesn't mean that they're not allowed to engage in conversation. conversation takes
Ain't
words.
working.
But this is like mine. There's nothing of me on my profile. Like, there's no pictures, there's no videos of me, nothing like
There
that.
is no
Because
mine.
I don't like
There's no
seeing
mine
myself on
now.
camera. It's nothing to do with trying to be anonymous. I just don't like seeing my face on camera. So
I'm the same. I don't like seeing my face on camera. I did have a video of me, but I made that private. I locked it down.
Ain't
So,
working.
anyway, I'm going because I've got to go.
If we go back to that thing with Alphabet and the poster person and the scumbag, because that's what I'm referring them to now, it's turned out that there is enough proof out there that they're the same. So that, again, is where people are
Jade
too
is Jenny.
freaking trusting. I don't like to call them Jade. Why are we calling Alphabet Orion, yet we're calling a freaking convicted rapist by the chosen name when they've not? It's not like they've actually transitioned.
That's all I know them by. That is all I know them by, to be
Jason
fair.
Crocker, exactly.
I'm going to go and put my shopping away. I'll speak to you later. But
Love you, Auntie B.
But yeah, so we can easily fall down things, and this is what I say: nobody is perfect. Hindsight is an amazing thing, and just be a little bit wary and stop going at each other for making mistakes. I think that's a big thing that I just wanted to say. Can we stop going at each other for making mistakes? Because people have made mistakes on here. The chat's just as bad as people in boxers, from my saying, but I will say I do think we need to.
Sorry, I got banned from somebody's live yesterday for being friends with you.
Oh dear, I'm sorry, Felicity.
I did. It don't bother me. I thought it was quite funny because somebody came on and went, "Oh, there's somebody here in the chat that's friends with Quirky," and I said my name. Yeah, and I got banned, and I'm like, yeah, and.
Do you know how long my block list is? That we're gonna. I don't know. I can't check.
I prefer you over anybody anyway, so you know it's no skin off my nose.
Right.
I want to reason to block someone.
Right. On my block list, right, we have my real life best friend, because she always gets blocked when she comes in because she says something stupid. It's just like, oh, I'm running broke. One person I know in real life, and that's just a personal thing because she was told not to look at I trigger her. She's a picture of me. I trigger her, so she's not allowed to like be friends with me on social media or on like Facebook anymore, but she followed my husband. Yeah. So I blocked her on here. And then we've got a load of. We've got 3 actual known trolls on the app. We've got the horrible fucking scumbags been blocked because we don't want scumbags in here. And then the rest of them are fucking usernames with blank profiles. And yeah, so we've not even got 20 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait a minute. We've got 24 people. Hi, Eva, you're right, sweetheart. How are you? Can I let you in the box for 2 minutes? Because I feel bad if we don't have you in the box just for 2 minutes, just to check on you. Can you come in on that account? You might have to request.
She can come in on that one. It's her other one she can't because she got bananas.
Oops.
Why is my block list on here different to my private block list? Is it because it's a live block list?
I don't know.
I don't know how any of that works, so.
Hey.
Hey, sweet. I just wanted to check on you because I have seen some of your videos and I know the whole RG thing is absolutely awful, and I just want to say I'm sorry that you're going through that, and please don't let it stress you because it's you may have the same condition and stress ain't good for it.
No, I can't even type very well today because I can't coordinate where my fingers are going on the keyboard.
Bless you.
So it's just it's annoying. Like I was trying to strip my bed and I was struggling with even doing the buttons. I was getting really frustrated doing it.
Tell you what I've just ordered, thinking of that, I've just ordered and they've come and they are lovely. Those coverless duvets off TikTok Shop.
Yeah, I want one
Oh,
of those.
highly recommend them.
They are
Oh,
great
good.
because
Yeah.
Sounds just listen.
I can fit a king size one in my 8 kilogram washing machine if that's any help.
Oh,
That's
that'll
a
do,
lot
because
of
that's
help.
what I need.
I've ordered
That's
a
a lot of
double.
help, actually. I might get one.
What
Got
top
them
did
for
you
the kids
order?
and
Because I
everything,
ordered
and
a
I'm going to
7
get stair sets.
I ordered a 7.5 for summer, but I'm thinking, will I be able to get the 10.5 in the washer?
Should be able
Oh, I don't know actually. I would have to check.
But the 7.5s are perfect for summer, but I'm reckoning if like I might order a 10.5 in king size. I've got a
Karen
double
has
bed,
also
but I think a
said,
king size would be better.
well, Karen's also said they have quilt covers that have zips too.
They do, but
Yeah,
if you
I've got one of
anything
those.
like me and some of the others in the chronic illness community, doing things like making the bed is exhausting, and not having to change a quilt
Yeah.
cover it's a spoon saved. It's a spoon saved, and
I did it for my back. Like I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry.
I don't have any like chronic illnesses. I just have chronic back pain, and that's why I got the coverless duvet, because bending over to get the corners of the sheets and everything kills my back, and it takes too long just to change a bed.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how beneficial it'll be for all of you.
Yeah. So
I'm
it's
just struggling at the moment. I think everything's kind of got on top of me, and today's not a good day.
Remember, you don't have to do everything today, though.
I know, but do you remember when I said to you, I don't actually if you were there, I had a hallucination the other night, and I thought someone was trying to get me, so I threw my can of Pepsi over them, and it was my husband.
so
Yeah,
it's
I did
good
hear about that.
I always laugh back in things I had because I have epilepsy as well as FND. Ross didn't know if you know, so I have 2 types of seizures. And when I have my epileptic ones, I go into tonic mode. Not always tonic clonic, but I go into tonic mode. And I went tonic once when he was driving.
Muscles
and
are off.
Punched him in the face, and my hand was literally on his nose, and he had to pull over. I'm lucky that we didn't spin out the car. And now I can laugh about it, because if you don't laugh with some of the issues that we go through, you'd cry.
Yeah.
So, but please, I do worry about you, because I see you trying to do too much and trying to support everyone and be there for everyone. And you know, sometimes you just have to think,
Eros, it's not
fuck everyone else and deal with yourself.
I am today. I'm kind of like, today I've just got to look after myself, because if I go, I don't want to have a seizure.
No, you got to look after
You
yourself.
need to slow down. You need to slow down. You're going to run yourself out.
I think it's not just like the stuff that people see that we do. There's so much going on behind the scenes as well. And also we're all trying to support each other whilst also dealing with quite triggering stuff. And I don't know why people always bring up my my ODs all the time.
I'm getting really sick of people using that against you.
People are peopling, and people are cunts, and this is the big problem. And you have got to have thick skin to be on here, but it doesn't stop us from calling them out to be cunts. If you need a break, and this is one thing that I'm guilty of, if somebody's talking bad about me, my face will be on here more, because I want to show that they're not getting to me. But we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't put ourselves in a vulnerable position, because I do see a lot of double standards on here, where if there's a creator that people like, it's okay to go against the creator that people don't like and go, oh, but as soon as the tables turn, it's like, oh, my poor, oh, how could you do that to them? It's like, well, did you think of that when all your chat was going for the other person and how it could affect them? And the truth is, we are responsible for ourselves. If you are not well, it is your responsibility to put your health first and not let other people make you ill.
Yeah,
and sometimes we're really naughty and we go, no, I've got this. And the truth is, we've got to have this by thinking, oh, argue with a wall. Argue with a wall, I've got better things to do.
Just remember, Eros, it's not just you, though. There's so many people behind the scenes helping and supporting everyone. Like, you can take a break. Everyone will be fine.
Yeah, I am taking a break today. Like, I don't mind chatting or whatever, but I'm not doing like any
Yeah.
videos. I'm not.
Please do.
I'm just
Please
being
do.
reminded by my mod time. I am coming up to my 1.5 hours, so I hate to love you and leave you all, but I'm going to, so I don't make myself ill.
No, absolutely.
So I love you all. Take care of yourselves. I'll probably be about sometime this afternoon in chats or somewhere, but I probably won't be as well. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Speak to you all soon. Bye.
Much love.